Okay, it is the 4th of November, 2018, and as you can see, we have a clock over here that's going back for daylight savings time. We've got others that have not. Well, you could see until the camera focus lost the plot. There we go. See if we can get one that's a little better there. Actually, over here, these two on the top, I actually recently rescued those. They had fallen behind my desk while I was changing it for DST last time. I finally just got around to getting those back. That was a pain, I'll tell you what. And I didn't even set them for daylight savings time. Also got some new light bulbs. You may or may not be able to tell. The color temperature in here looks a little different. I don't know if it's actually better for this camera or not. I think the lighting actually is a little better. Although the camera is still complaining about low light, so I guess we'll see. But I am going to get a tripod, and we're going to change all these clocks back. I may or may not time-lapse it. We'll have to see. Okay, first thing is first. We'll grab this one off the wall so you can see that. So it needs to go back. So that's 6. It is 5:49. So roughly 5:50. Sit right there, should be fine. Okay, we'll come over here to this one. Just set for 6:50. I'm gonna have to go all the way around. Don't really have a choice in the matter. I'm making a rumbling noise, and I'm not quite sure what it is. So 5:50, and this one is going to be my synchronization point. So that way all of these are going to be synchronized. Maybe not this one. I'm going to do the weather radio next. So we'll grab this weather radio down. That is not the camera. It's telling me to check my reception, and my reception is just fine. I just have it turned off. So we'll go ahead and we'll get some focus on this. And this one's really easy. We can just do that. And now it's up. Next one I'm going to do is this one. I could just change the hour. I hope I'm showing this. Which one's hour? This one. So that's 5. I hope they're synchronized still. Yeah, they're saying it's still synchronized. That's good. The minute doesn't change, which is a good thing, because I would really hate it if the minute changed and got desynchronized. That would suck. Having to resynchronize everything just because of that. Alright. I got this one here now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the back here. Try and show it mostly on camera. And send it back. That's forward. Just past the 50. There we go. Next one's here. Now this one's relatively easy. Relatively, I say. Pull it out, and then you set it. There's the knob on the back. But you gotta be careful not to rip the knob out, because I've done that before. That is not fun. I think it's set pretty close. Now I'm gonna set these ones down here, which I'm hopeful that you can see. So we'll start with this, and I'm assuming once again that the minutes, or the minutes aren't going to get, or the seconds aren't going to get desynchronized if I just change the hour. And I gotta figure out which one I'm actually pushing here. It's this one. So I'll have to double check that one, make sure it's still synchronized. The sears on the bottom, there's a switch on the side. I don't remember which way it's supposed to go. I guess it's that way. That's for the alarm. This is the way it needs to go. So now I gotta... This one's a real pain. So I gotta resynchronize it. Actually, I don't. Looks like I managed to get it. Pulsar on the bottom's an interesting one. I don't remember which one is minute, which one is hour. Because it's got two buttons. One of them is labeled as being fast, and one of them is being labeled as slow. That's not what they do. And it looks like I got the wrong one. Always picked the wrong one, so now I gotta resynchronize it. There we go. And here comes the fun part, changing all the ones over here. That one is only right twice a day, so I'm going to have to change the battery anyway. So I'm not going to set that one on video, and I'm sure somebody would have liked me to. First thing is first, can you even see it? Not really. This thing's in the way, so I'll grab this little Digitron thing. Put it into time mode. And on the bottom there's a little set button. I could just go ahead and put that down. Just like that. Good to go. Here's another fun one. This little flip clock. This is a real pain to try and set, I tell you what. Not very accurate. I'm not even going to try and synchronize it with anything because that's going to be impossible. It'd be really nice if it didn't have the AM and the PM on it, but of course, it's got AM and PM. Of course, the cheap solution would have been to just pull the battery out and wait until it was the time. Maybe I should have. Oh well, too late now. Well, actually, it's probably not too late. I could still do that. But no. I'm going to set it for all of you. The other flip clock that I've got is so much easier to set. I don't really know why this one is so difficult. It's really hard on the arms, too. I'm almost tempted. Well, I can't now, can I? Well, I still can. To just switch the AM and the PM. Well, now I can't. It's like trying to turn a battleship. Man, this thing is really being difficult. You can see it's impossible to set this thing in a coarse-grained manner. Is it 6 o'clock yet? It's 6 o'clock, so I could set it straight to 6, and that's what I'm going to do. If it goes a little bit over, I'm not going through this mess again. We're so close, and yet so far. 6:02, whatever, I don't care. This will be the fun one, because this one's got dirty controls. And because it's got dirty controls, it loves to overshoot the time. I'm going to use it as my baseline to making sure that everything is set right. Watch what happens when I push the fast button. Oh, it's not going to do it. Usually when I push the fast button, it goes crazy with the time. So it's about 6:01 now. That was close. 6:02. Now, if it's a little bit ahead, it's a little bit ahead. It doesn't really matter. Because I use these to wake me up. It's always good to get it a little bit ahead anyways. So I gotta synchronize these now and change the hour. Two. That's alright, just as long as they all say about this roughly the same time, I don't really care. Alright, so that's those ones. Let's do these ones up here. I don't think you can see this one. Do I have a switch somewhere where I can change the brightness? I don't believe it really matters that much because it's not very bright anyway. There we go. There's our brightness switch. There you can see it. So, push and hold, change it to time set, raise the hour, raise the minute, and then synchronize. Oops. Crap. I looked away for a second. Now I'm going to have to resynchronize. Again. I might as well do this one. While I'm at it. Why did I set it to 8? It should be 6. Wish there was a seconds display on these so I could see just how long I had. Some of them have seconds display, but a lot of them don't. It's really a hit or miss whether you get that with stuff this old. This new, I should say. Okay, well that one's good. And I'll synchronize this one. There we go. Now, I'll get that one down there in a minute. I'll get all the analog clocks here in a minute. What I'm going to do next is going to be the stack up here. Put it in time set mode. I've got reverse, which is great. And we'll synchronize it. Now we'll get this one. I don't know why it doesn't do it the way that it's supposed to, but it doesn't. So now this one, there's a switch on the bottom. We turn it on, we get a dot here. And now, oops, that was the button I wanted to use. But we gotta synchronize it. There we go. Here's this little Homer clock. So let's go ahead, figure out which one I need to use. I think it's this one. And set it back. It's almost 6:10. So we'll put it right about there. That looks good. Now you have this thing, which actually does have its knob, which is a good thing. That's not the one I want. I thought it was. But it needs to go back to 6:10. Right about there. Good to go. I know some people are probably going to want me to set that up there, that Las Vegas clock. But if you look at it, it's not correct. I need to change the battery in that one as well. It's been ticking. I found that when the battery runs down enough, it starts ticking, which means that even though it's still spinning, the little spring-loaded thing is still twirling, it's not actually advancing any of the gears, so the time doesn't advance. Okay, I tried to get a little bit eye level with these. I don't know if they're perfectly in focus, but we're going to change these now, and I've got to probably make this a little bit quicker because, well, I'm running out of tape space. Now these are a little bit difficult to synchronize, so I'm not going to bother with that. Some of them are easier than others. For instance, the iHome on the bottom, right here, all I need to do is on the back, there's a switch, turn it off, and DST goes off. Really easy. This one, there's another one back here, but that's one of those Sony ones that's got the auto DST. I don't need to worry about it. I gotta go all the way through this, and this one also has the PM indications. But you can see, it's so much easier to set this. And just try and set my other flip clock. And yes, I do actively use it. It hasn't really done anything bad to it yet. But I really don't know what's worse for it. Actively using it or letting it sit around. On one hand, if you actively use it, you'll put wear on it. On the other hand, so that says 13, those both say 13. On the other hand, if you let it sit around, all the grease, or the oil and the grease is just going to solidify, and you'll have the same problem you had anyway. So, this needs to go back. Does not keep very good time, as you might be able to tell. Just about halfway there. And I believe you can see this one up at the top. So what I need to do, set the time. I'm going to change it to reverse. I'm not synchronizing it because I don't care. Oops. Well, we can just change it back to forward. Because these are a little bit more difficult to synchronize, so I won't. So that's now set up correctly, hopefully. Yes. This one should be able to just hit the hour on it. That one's done. Here's another one. And the switch on the back, we change to T set, which is right about there. I can set it down. It's a little bit off, so I'm going to change it down again to 16. There we go. Where's the switch? Where's the switch? There it is. Here's this little Casio thing. It's the same deal. Set it to time, and we just have to change the hour. That one's set. Well, it's a little bit slow, so I'll go ahead and I'll bump it up to, what do I need to bump it up to? 17. This one already says 17, so I can just go ahead. If it'll cooperate, change it to time set. And just change the hour. I think it's now in 24-hour time. Oh no, it's not. This one doesn't support 24-hour time. I thought it did. Guess not. There's that little train. So I don't remember. It's this one. Alright. 6:18, so roughly about there. Should be good. Now this is a really annoying one. Try and change. Because I gotta go through all this mess. 12 hours, it's actually 6:18. GMT minus 5 degrees Fahrenheit, sure, good enough. It's now set. I almost forgot this one. It's for the alarm, date, apparently it's not. Oh, I gotta go through this mess. It's not really setting quite nicely. I would change that. I'm not gonna bother. So that one's now done. Now this one's a fun one because I can cheat with this one. I really like these. Don't even have to take it off the wall. I can just send it back. I need to set it to 20, right? 21. So, just a little bit past here. That should be good. Here's the bird clock. On the back. It's very easy to do this. I am going to have to resynchronize that. it should be 23. So just a little bit past, halfway past the 20. So right about there. Now there's a red button that you use to... That's the Blue Jay. I know that. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. You face it into the light in order to get more sound out of it. Alright, I don't know how visible any of this is, but what I'm going to do next is I'm going to adjust these. I should synchronize them, I really should. I'm going to. This one needs its minutes adjusted. 25. I'm going to use the base, the bottom one, as my baseline here. So let's see here. Maybe I'll use this one as my baseline. Use the Telefunken underneath it. Because I know that that one won't change its... There are a couple here that will not change their second values, and I don't really feel like trying to synchronize outside of those. What happens if I turn this light off? Do these get any easier to see? Oh, they do. Wow. Maybe I'll just do that. Here we go. Synchronized, and now I get to change the hour. Back, just like that. And just to make sure that these don't get knocked over again, because I don't really feel like trying to rescue clock radios again. So now, we're going to set this one, and I forget how exactly to do it. There's buttons on the bottom. Maybe what I'll do is I'll pull it up, like so. I have to reposition the camera. Which button is which? That's the fast, okay. This one does not change its... Maybe I'll do that one for PM. It's 28. So, there we go. That one's now set. Again, I'll move it off the stack so it doesn't fall like it did the last time. That was a real pain trying to get that back. And then we will go over here and set these. That's the right one. I do have a reverse button. I'm going to use that. I go to 28. 29. I'm going to synchronize. There we go. Oh, what on earth happened to this? Well, now I gotta resynchronize it because it's been stupid. Now this camera decided to turn off for no reason. There. So now that one is synchronized. After Herculean effort, we'll remove it from play here. We'll do the last one, which will be real fun. Because this one tends to have issues. I know that one. So I'm going to try and synchronize it. I don't know if I just did or not. Oop, don't knock that over. Oh, it's got fast and slow. I forgot about that. Nope, that's an alarm. So I got to do it this way. Yes, very touchy. Yeah, I got to do that all over again. I'm not even going to show that. So, this one, we'll synchronize it right off the bat. Then we'll change the hour. That was easy. So we'll pull it off the stack, because again, I'm not really in the mood to rescue any of these things. I actually don't even know how the controls on this one work. Okay, so time's the middle button, and then the fast and slow are the top. This one does not change its seconds counter, so I'm stuck with doing it the way that it does it. If it's correct, it's correct. If it's not, who cares? The one on the bottom needs a battery. I'm going to give it a battery. 634. $635. There we go. And again, I'll pull it off the top of the stack. so I don't have to rescue it. Alright, ran out of tape. So, how does this one get set? I actually don't know. I don't remember. The minute is off, I could tell you that right off the bat. So it's a time button. Or not. Is that actually a time button? What am I hitting? I must be hitting the alarm. Oh, that's a calendar button. I'm going to leave this one alone. Actually, I might advance it. Just advance it a minute. Although I think that by doing that, I've now sealed my fate, and it's going to be ahead. Because if I remember right, this one is another one that does not actually set its seconds counter. But it might. I might get quite the surprise on that one. Now, the appliance thing here, I've got to change the battery in this. So I got to get a battery, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have a battery. Don't know how well you can see what I am and am not doing. Suppose we'll find out in post. This whole video could just end up being junk, but you only live once. So I'm going to try and do this on camera without blocking it with my big arm. So I'll pull out this battery because it's obviously not any good. Battery Sentinel's complaining about it, so usually when that happens I replace them. I wonder if I could flip this upside down, if that would make my life any easier. Oh yes I can, look at that, wow. So I'll flip it upside down. Again, I don't know what you can and can't see. I'll kick the camera over before it's all said and done, I guess. If not, I'll edit it out, or I'll leave it in, because I can. Who knows? We'll find out. I just gotta put this in the right way. I thought it went in that way. I guess it doesn't. Here we go. So we'll put it in that, like that. Put a little cover bank in place. Just like so. And I forget what button it is that I need to push to reset the battery Sentinel. Okay, I'll get these out of the way. I don't remember what button it is. Well, I guess it automatic, or maybe I just did it with the set button, the clock set. So we'll push clock set, and we'll reverse it in the fast mode. 40, and we'll synchronize it. Just like that. Good to go. Alright, so I'll put that stank back together and we'll move on to the next ones. Okay, so this is already done. I don't need to worry about it. Take this speaker out of the way. Actually, the first one I'm going to do is going to be the one that's most in the way, which is going to be this one. So again, figure out how it's set. Time, hour, minute. So I'm going to synchronize it first. 43, 8. Oh, I just hit the hour. Oops. So now I gotta try that again. It's not really an interesting video. I'd imagine that nobody's gonna watch it. And the few that do watch it are gonna complain in the comments, "That's useless." Well, I didn't even set it to the right hour. So set it to the correct hour at least. But a lot of people love to complain in the comment section on these DST changeover videos, or they dislike the video, and it's like, you know what? It's exactly as it's described. I am changing clocks over for daylight savings time. People want to see the video. I've had requests to make this video. Just turn the alarm on. Whoops. And so I am. I don't decline video requests. Okay, so here's another fun one. I think the controls are dirty on this one too. So time set's all the way up at the top. And the hour. Yeah, this one is, wow, that's dirty. And I'll try and synchronize it, probably get it wrong, or it'll screw up. But if you don't want to watch, clocks changing over, or my changing over clocks for DST, then don't watch the video. Because that's all it is. It's not anything else. I used to do the videos of the auto DST in action. I don't do that anymore because when you've seen that, twice, you've seen it all the time. Oh, I just turned on the radio. Whoops. Alright. So, speaking of fun, I've said this a lot, but this is actually the fun one. I'm going to save it for a minute because it's a direct entry. I'm going to have to do some fiddling with that one. So, this one, how do you set this one? Time button. Well, this is a nice one. It's actually going to work. 6. And we'll synchronize it. Again, I'm using the Telefunken as a basis. I'm not using any of the other ones, just because they may be whatever they are. Where's the minute button? There it is. Make sure I'm staying on the minute button. Don't accidentally turn on the sleep timer or something. Alright, so that one's set. Now we gotta do this one, and now I'm gonna do this right away. Push and hold. Or I might not even bother with this one either. I'm going to just time set, and I need to put in 6:46 p.m. Where's the PM button? Where's the PM button? There it is. There we go. So I'll just leave that one alone. And the last one that I need to do is on the wall, over here in this corner. So I'll come back in a second when I have everything set back up. And the billiards clock, which will get into focus here. Well, try and get into focus. This is another really simple one. It's just a little thing on the back. So we'll put it back to 6:50-ish. Should be good right about there. Now you can kind of see it. It's not in focus, but you get the idea. I just realized I forgot this little one, so I'm not synchronizing it to anything. I'm just going to change the hour. So I don't actually have to synchronize it to anything because it's the only one that really sits back there. Good to go. There's a clock that I always forget I even have. Don't remember how exactly to set this one. I guess it's like that. There's only one way you can go, unfortunately. Not synchronizing it to anything. Just changing the hour. That should now be good to go. Yeah, the Las Vegas clock is not advancing at all, so I think the battery is completely gone in it now. Or it's just not making good contact, one or the other. We'll have to find out. I know I put a weaker battery in it, because I thought, oh, it won't really matter that much, will it? Well, yeah, it kind of does, actually. So, try and get this off the wall without breaking everything. I'll see if I can actually show this. Go back in time a little bit. Just like that. This would be the last clock, but as you can see, we got a little bit of a problem here. Now, I don't know if it's actually dead or not. Suppose we'll find out. So we'll pull that down. It used to be a clock that, oh, it's one of these crappy Duracell batteries. Yeah, so it certainly stands to reason that it could be no good. Alright. Should have looked which way that went in. Oops. Oh well, you usually only go in one way. Yeah, that's working a lot better. Okay, so we'll now have to reset it, because it's set completely incorrectly. So that's 6. What time is it? So, sorry, 7. It's 7:02. Wow. Man, time flies when you do this. No pun intended, of course. Close enough. Alright, so how about this one? This one's always really fun to get to. Pull that down. Because I'm not exactly tall enough to do this. I'm not 6 feet tall like a lot of people are. At least in the stereo dust particles network. I'm probably actually one of the shortest in the stereo dust particles network. At 5'4", but oh well, it just means that people won't ask me to reach things off of shelves. Which I find is something that people do at work a lot. That's a relatively new battery, so I don't know why that one's dead. But this one tends to go through batteries pretty quickly. I might have to change the mechanism on it, because I know that it eats batteries. I'll have to find a cheap junker at the thrift store for like $5. Change the mechanism out and then return the remains. Put it all together, because it's a working clock. I'm not going to use it. Might as well just take it back to the thrift store. Is it actually working? Yeah, it's working. I can hear it counting. What time does it say it is? Actually, that's not too far off. It's about an hour off. Wow. That's impressive. It is actually counting, but it's counting very slowly. So, which way am I putting this? Oh, not that way. I'm doing this blind, which is a great way to do it. Sending your clock blind. Oh man, yeah, this is not really... Didn't really think this one through. How far behind is that? Oh, that's not too bad. Just need to advance it 10 minutes. Huh, wow, I actually managed to get it. Amazing. Now where did I put the backing board? So put the backer back on, and then everything on this thing will be all good to go. It's not the last one. I still have to do the Vegas clock, but aha! There we go. Done like dinner. Okay, I did get the Las Vegas clock to run on that Duracell battery that was installed in it. However, it's weak, so I just pulled it out and replaced the battery anyway. And I also put in some insulating material so that way the battery would sit in properly. So now I gotta go set it. We'll just do it with our hand. Okay, let me fix that. So it should say 7 right about there. 7:12. So that should be about where it is. Okay, cool. Oh, I almost forgot this one. Okay, so I'm going to synchronize it with all of these once again. So we'll hit time set once it's synchronized, because that will set our seconds back to 0, and then we can actually set the time. Okay, so there, now it's synchronized. We can advance the minute and change our hour. This is AM, PM. Good to go. Alright, so that is it. I don't have any more clocks to set. So, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.